The art fight season is rapidly approaching, and the theme reveal is in, looking at my calendar, 3 days or 2 days. And this year I've noticed a lot of people talking about how they don't get many attacks. They haven't had many attacks in the previous years, or just people just joining now and maybe not knowing how to get attacks from people because especially when I first started out fighting in 2024, I didn't get many attacks, and I'm now looking back and I realize the mistakes I did make. And I'm going to share those mistakes and tips on how to get attacks on Artfight with everyone else. I might as well. So here are my tips on how to get attacks in Artfight, calling from someone who has been doing it for the past 3 years. My number one tip is if you have the time to do multiple attacks, and if you have the time, guarantee people get revenges. Put on your profile a guaranteed revenges, or that you will try and do as much revenges as possible and try to avenge everyone. I've noticed when I guarantee revenges or have the time to try and guarantee revenges, I get a lot more attacks because the people who are attacking me know that there is a higher likelihood of getting something back rather than not getting an attack back, rather than not having that guaranteed. I personally do guarantee revenges and it does show. I do get a lot more attacks. And in the previous years, I haven't been able to guarantee as many revenges as I should have. But this year, luckily, I am out of education. I have finished education fully, so I have the time to guarantee revenges for everybody, which I hope will give you the evidence that it works. But we'll see. But it has worked in previous years that I've done it. And this links into my next point, which is set out the goals that you have for this season. If you goal to revenge everyone, put it in your profile. In my profile, on the screen here, I put that I guarantee people revenges, and I've put how many attacks I want to do, and this is a really good way for people who look at your profile to see what you will be guaranteeing them, to see what you plan to do, even if you can't guarantee it. It shows people what your aims are, and it lets them realize, like, okay, this is what this person's planning to do. Maybe I could be one of those planned attacks. If I attack them, they'll revenge me with their revenges that they've planned, and then I will go towards their planned attacks. And these can be worded in sentences like I've done, or in the other examples that I've shown, you can see that they're kind of like more formatted, like with fractions and all that mathsy stuff. I just do it in words, but you can lay it out however you like. It's your profile, whatever you want. And another thing I would really recommend is to follow as many people as possible. If you don't follow anyone, there's no one to find your profile. Artfight's profile system, like the way to find it, getting recommended on people's recommended thing is really difficult because, at least from what I've seen, it is the same people. Constantly, just the same people being recommended to me on the featured profiles. If you want people to find your profile, you're gonna have to follow people. If I get a follow, in my personal experience, if I get a follow from someone, I will always look at their profile. I will always look at their OCs, because I'm curious if I'm interested in attacking them, because they've followed me, so it shows that they're interested in attacking me, so why can't I be interested in attacking them? This gives you more exposure and more people who will potentially follow you. I always try follow everyone back who follows me, and I'm sure a lot of other artists do as well. It gives you more traction. It gives you, like, I don't know the word for it, but it gives you more people looking at your profile, basically. More people will see it if you follow them, whereas if you follow less people will see your profile and you will get less attacks, basically. And a mistake I made my first year of Artfight when following people is I didn't follow people I didn't know. If I got a follow from someone I didn't know, I would check their profile, sure, but if I didn't know them, I wouldn't follow them back. It was just like a nervousness thing, and I only followed my friends. Do not follow your friends. Don't just follow them, because then you will only receive attacks from people you already know, whereas the point of Artfight, it's gifting and giving art to people who you don't know, people who may be less popular in art communities, who may not get art like that as much. You have to branch out and find people who you aren't aware of in the community and attack them. And this brings me on to my next point as well. Attacking people who have less followers actually gives you more of a guarantee to get an attack back. If you follow someone who's really popular at Artfight or outside of Artfight, who gets tons of attacks year after year, the chance of them attacking you is actually less. Sure, they'll probably see your attack, but because they get so many and so many, their chance of actually getting a revenge from them, it's very little compared to if you attack a small artist who maybe doesn't get as many attacks. And it shows. I have attacked many person I'd look up to over the years, and I think I've only got one attack back from someone I looked up to. And that's not a negative. That's not like me calling them out, being like, look at this person, they're rude or anything like that. It is absolutely not that. It's just that popular artists have less time to revenge back because of how many attacks that they pile up. And linking back onto my point about following people, as well as following people, engage with their profile, engage with their characters, comment on them. Obviously, don't comment if you don't mean it. A backhanded compliment where you don't actually mean it is not the nicest thing to give to an artist. Comment if you appreciate their character. If you want to genuinely compliment it, it does wonders, genuinely. Another example I'd like to give as well is just fill out as many hit lists as possible and even make your own hit list. If you don't know what a hit list is, a lot of times it's a Google form or just any old form that people fill in to an artist where they want to be attacked by. They put art examples, everything like that. Examples of your art, previous attacks that you've done, everything like that. And filling it in shows this artists that fill out your form that they want to be attacked by you and you want to be attacked by them. What I normally add in my hit lists is like the teams, everything like that, how likely they are to revenge. So you just get an idea of the artists. And a fun thing that I like to add in my own hit lists, you don't have to add this in yours if you make one or stuff like that, but I've seen it in a lot of other artists, is which OC of mine are you most likely to attack? It gives them a way to view your profile and interact with your profile and your characters. And they can show their, not how they're impressed they are, what's the word? They can show their appreciation for your OCs, basically. What I normally do is I fill out a section where it says, give me an OC that you think I would like to attack or that you'd like me to attack based on my art. And then I put underneath that, give me an OC from my profile. It's not required. Don't think it's a required question. Don't feel like people have to do it. But what OC from my profile would you like to attack on? Which profiles, on my profile, stand out the most, basically. So I can get an idea of what this person might revenge if they do it revenge. It's a really useful tactic. I use it a lot. I've used it my past however many years of Artfight. I've done it every year. The way to find these hit lists, if you know where to find them, is in the Artfight Discord. I will link that in the description if you aren't in it. There's an entire section for target hunting. You can find people that you want to attack, but also they have their hit lists in their bios, which was brilliant. I normally save my hit list until after the themes are announced, but I have actually made mine early this year, and if you want to fill it out, it's in the description of this YouTube video. Another thing I'd recommend is actually making your profile fun. Decorate your profile. Now mine, as of right now, as of recording, is not the best example of this. It is a big work in progress, but I normally save my profile decorating until after the themes are announced to make it based on my team. Other people don't do that, which is why a lot of people do already have the most beautifully decorated profiles, as I'm showing here. Show your interests in this profile. Tell people about yourself. Tell people about how you draw, everything like that. It's so interesting for me personally to read someone's profile and see their goals, their aims, their interests, their phantoms, everything like that. I just love it. And a decorated and nice, funky profile does always drag me in, make me want to attack someone more. And it may make someone want to attack you more. So, you never know. If you make your profile fun, you might get more attacks. And I'd also recommend having a large variety of OCs. Have, your persona have, maybe an anthropomorphic OC for furry artists, have a feral OC for maybe artists who draw animals, have fandoms. I will say I am a bit of a hypocrite on this because the majority of my OCs are either football. I do have Red Dead Redemption OCs. I've got my Persona, I've got like horse OCs. But, branch out. Have a ton of unique and varied OCs. If someone goes to your profile and they see your OCs, but there isn't much of a variety, for example, say you only have female OCs, someone who only really draws male OCs may be less inclined to attack you if you don't have the variety that they're looking for. Having a large variety kind of ensures that you'll be attacked on like a majority of bases. One of the mistakes I made my first year of Artfight is only having anthropomorphic furry OCs, and it just fully stopped a huge range of artists who are so talented at drawing human OCs, for example, just wouldn't attack my profile because I didn't have the variety that they were looking for. Whereas if you have a variety, of course, I've already said this, more people will attack you because you might have something that you made that they're interested in. So, another thing that I'd also say is do unique attacks. People will always be interested in unique new attacks from people. Last year, I did maybe like 4 or 5 animated Artfight attacks. And that got me so much traction and a lot of attacks, and also a lot of revenges. People can see that you've put effort into these unique attacks and will be more likely and more inclined to revenge you. But do unique attacks. I'm showing on the screen right now my previous animated attacks. This doesn't have to be animated attacks. They're just my niche. I'm an animation meme person. I make animation memes. That's just my area of art. But I love people who do crafts, cosplays, anything like that. Unique attacks I'd love. And I would be much more inclined to attack someone or revenge someone who does unique attacks. Just because I just find it so mesmerizing. I just love people who do unique attacks. Another thing that I will say is try not to burn yourself out as soon as Artfight starts. I know a lot of people will be rushing to get their reference sheets done. Don't burn yourself out just pumping out reference sheets before Artfight starts. Trust me, I've done it. It's horrible. I stopped attacking on like the 10th of July because of how burnt out I became. Don't burn yourself out. Please try your best not to. And if you feel yourself slowly burning out outside of during the Artfight season, just slow down. You don't have to pump out 5, 10 attacks a day. You don't have to. Just try your best to maybe minimize the attacks you do sometimes. If you're doing too many and you're burning yourself out, maybe do smaller ones, do doodles. A lot of times, I like to draw little object OCs. Object OCs are really nice and simple to just doodle. Or I expect doodle OCs especially, or doing doodles. Love it. Love it when I've got burnout. Simple OCs are brilliant when you've got burnout. Another tip is to just check everyone's battle ratio. On someone's count, it shows their battle ratio. It's a comparison how many attacks they've received and how many attacks they've given back. And if someone has a lower battle ratio, not in the sense, but generally it means that they have a less chance of not attacking you back. And if they have a higher battle ratio, they will have a higher likelihood of attacking you back. My battle ratio is shocking, but that's just because I always got burnout, which is what you should not do, what I've always said not to do, and what I will try not to do this year, hopefully. Begging that I will be able to do this year. But hopefully, the battle ratios should all work out. And if you check the battle ratios for everyone, there's what I'm trying to say. I just don't have a very good way with words. And finally, the final one is advertise your profile in and outside of Artfight. When the themes are announced, there are posts that Artfight do where you can actually advertise in the comment section of some news posts. Please don't self-advertise in every single news post. There are some people who will get annoyed at advertising in every single news post, but they do have dedicated advertisement news posts, and I do recommend, once the themes are announced, putting in your character sheets and everything like that. When you're done with them, put them in there and advertise yourself. Get yourself out there, and it's a really good way to do it. put like your art fight things online. Last art fight, I put all of my defenses and stuff that I received on my Instagram story, and it really did work. People from who follows me on my Instagram then like gave me attacks because they wanted to see themselves on my Instagram story, for example. Or I posted all my attacks on TikTok and people saw my attacks on TikTok and then attacked me therefore afterwards. And it does help a ton. Okay, that should be all of them. And I really hope that they all helped you and maybe they will get you more attacks this year. You never know. So, there. You're welcome.